Hello everyone, and welcome back to Underneath the Tree. In today's episode, we're going to make a Christmas table decoration. This is a nice activity for our younger viewers as well as our older ones, and it only needs very few tools and very few items. So what we'll need: a sheet of cardboard, some thick cards. So this is from a cardboard box from one of the many deliveries we get here down at the workshop. We've got some Christmas embellishments as well. I have a few more, but we're showing you those later in the video. Some PVA glue and some Christmas wrapping paper. Now we'll be using a glue gun later in the video for this one. But if this activity is being done by our younger viewers, I strongly suggest you substitute the glue gun with some PVA glue instead, because as we all know, glue guns are not toys and they're not suitable for children. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Now first of all, we need to cut a square of card. I've already marked this out. This is 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out our square of card. Now if you need any, with the thick cardboard, you can always either use one of the many online deliveries we've all seem to get nowadays, or if not, then you can always get old cardboard boxes from the supermarkets. Always have, obviously the one down where we are, there's always plenty of cardboard boxes to have, and some days you've got the pick of the bunch. Or if you're unable to, if your supermarket doesn't have any cardboard boxes to hand, then you can always use mounting board from your local craft shop. This is about the same thickness as this, and that will do the job just as well. Now this craft activity does have a story behind it, like all the ones from previous regular viewers to our channel. In fact, this particular one was my first encounter with my first encounter of Christmas crafts. This is going back a very long time ago to a primary school. Well, not too far away. In fact, just only about 5 or 10 yards from the workshop. In fact, I was about 5 or 6 years old when I did this one in primary school. And I sort of remembered it when I was filming the first series of Underneath the Tree last year, and I really wanted to introduce this one for the first series, but unfortunately ran out of time because of Christmas events and so forth. But now we've got an opportunity to really share this one with you. Right, so now we've got our bit of card. What we're going to do is we're going to cover this piece of card in some wrapping paper. Just put that over there to one side for a moment while we get the wrapping paper out. I've got some nice red shiny wrapping paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a sheet off, because it's quite a large roll. We haven't got much. It'll be easier to do if it's a lot easier with a bit more room to play with if we just cut a sheet off. Or if you have got a large table, you can always just put the roll the whole roll. This is just a roll of paper I had kicking around in the workshop or for some time. I just took it out of storage just recently. Also, it's a nice Christmassy colour as well. But if you'd like, you can always use one of the Christmas patterns on it as well. So really personalise it. As I always say to my students, there's no wrong answers in craft. There's no rules. Just go with what feels right. Just really go with what's right. That's what I always say. Anyway, back to the business of craft. We're going to put our piece of card onto the wrapping paper. Like so. Now what we need, now we're going to need a gap to, when you fold the paper over, you're going to need a gap, let's say, okay, just sort of from my, to here, let's say about an inch, a gap of, let's say about an inch, just check that, okay, it's about 2 inches, that's a little bit bigger. Yeah, so go for okay, make sure there's a gap between the cardboard and the end of the paper, or the edge of the paper, of around, say 4, yeah, say 4 centimeters. That's about, I think it's about just over, just over an inch and a half, money. About a 4 centimeter gap between here and the edge of the paper. So when you fold the edges over, you've got enough to for it to go over. Now to glue it down, we're going to take off tacky glue. You can also use Pritt stick or other glues, but PVA is the best one, especially if you're doing this activity with our younger viewers. So as always, for our younger viewers, if yeah, please ask the grown-ups to help you cut the cardboard and to help you with cutting anything, cutting of the paper or the cardboard. And we'll just turn our cardboard over like so, and we'll just press that down. Make sure that's just do a little turn to make sure it's straight. Or what we'll do is we'll start. Next we're going to start the actual covering. Just going to check the gap. Make sure it's about 4. Yep, it's about 4 centimeters or thereabouts. So yep. So just trim a little bit of excess off here, so yeah, also get a nice straight edge when the paper goes over. Yeah, just going to trim this down a bit to make it easier to cover. So last minute, just move that around, make sure we've got an equal gap for when the paper gets folded over. So we push down, and now we can start flipping the edges over. So as before, just a little bead of our tacky glue. Hold the paper over like so. Smooth it down, just like that. And don't worry if it folds over into the edge like that, because that'll be hidden over there anyway. So that'll be a-okay. And same as before on this side. Just like that. Over it goes. Smooth it down. Oh, sorry, just at the top of the camera there. So yes, we'll smooth that over. With excess there, we'll just trim that off like so. If there's any bits that do overhang, you can always trim them up when it's glued, just to make sure it's nice and neat, as you do. Yeah, I remember when I first did this. When I first did this at school, I remember we had quite a big Christmas party. I might have mentioned this in an earlier episode of this series, or maybe even in the previous one. Back when I was a youngster, when it came to Christmas parties, when they really, they really laid it on with a trowel. It was, Christmas parties, activities, carol singings, church. So he always goes to church as well. And yeah, it was a really fun time back in those days as in primary school. With it just felt like Christmas was really, it was more of a, it just felt such a massive event back in when I was a kid. Probably less so now in school, I'd imagine. It's rather a shame because but yeah, as some of the places I do travel to teach, we really, our clients really do absolutely lap it up. They really do enjoy all the stuff we do, and so do I as well. Very, just, and it's always good to, it's always a pleasure to, to share with people some of the, some of the things you've learned or things I've learned over the 2 or 3 years I've been doing this job, and also learning new stuff and putting my own, putting my own spin on it too, which is where where my sort of really got a chance to really push the boundaries and be very creative and come up with new things. Love it, beautiful. Let's have a look at our base. So we're just going to turn it over and just gently pat it down to make sure it's all nice and flat. And so there we have it. We have our base for our table decoration. So the next step, once that's dry, we've trimmed off all the edges. I trim the edges to make sure they're nice and make sure there's any excess parts that are overhang, like this part here. So when that's dry, we'll cut those off, trim it up, and make it look great. And then we'll start putting our embellishments on, like got some little mini Christmas trees, and one of my favourites, cinnamon sticks, and these are real cinnamon sticks too. Oh, that's a shame we haven't got smell-o-vision, because the cinnamon sticks, they smell, especially the natural ones, the real ones, the smell is absolutely divine. Absolutely divine. So it's time to warm up the glue gun, and we'll put those on in just a couple of minutes when that's dry. Right, the glue gun's just warming up, so now we can start putting our table decoration together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these little miniature Christmas trees on each corner, these nice little white ones with snow-covered ones with glitter. Bought a pack of these from a local craft shop. Pack of 6 was, I think, about £1. And I'm going to put each, as you can see, one in each corner. So the other embellishment, we've got the cinnamon sticks I mentioned earlier. These are proper natural cinnamon sticks. Oh, that smells absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think with the cinnamon sticks you can get these the natural ones, or the called faux ones, which don't smell as nice. But these natural ones, they do smell absolutely divine. Really brings it home really brings it home, the whole Christmas thing, cinnamon. And also I like a dusting of cinnamon in my coffee as well. Sorry, I've gone a bit off the track there. Last but not least, we've got our, sorry, I just need one more trees over. So we've got our little Christmas packages. These another craft embellishment I got off the internet recently. So without further ado, let's start putting this together. So use the glue gun, put a little tiny bit of glue on the base. This is a hot glue gun, so if you haven't used one before, sort of take extra care, because the glue can get rather, the glue does get rather warm, and the gun gets very hot as well. So I've got caught out a couple of times using this for the first time on a project recently, and a few burnt fingers. So we just rest one of our first trees there like so. Glue takes about 50, I see on this one it says around 15 seconds for the glue to go off. So with these, just put a little bit of glue on the base, and then just gently push it down, and then let glue just dry by itself. blob of glue there for the third one. As I mentioned earlier in the video, or for our younger viewers, if our younger viewers are using this doing this activity, I'd strongly advise that they use either PVA or tacky glue rather than a glue gun, because unfortunately glue guns are not toys, and we don't want any injuries to our younger viewers with hot glue guns and so forth. So yeah, so for the grown-ups, use the glue gun, but for our younger viewers, use the PVA glue just to be safe. Right, so it's coming along nicely. Right, just give those just a few moments to let the glue set. That's all good. Yeah, they're all right. Right, so next we're going to take our cinnamon sticks and we're going to build some stacks. Okay, for the next stage, using our cinnamon sticks, we're going to take 3. So we're going to have a stack our cinnamon sticks in stacks of 3 like this. We're going to have one here, one there, and then we'll have a third one on top, and that's going to go here at the top and the side there. So what we do is we take our first cinnamon stick and just run a bead of the glue down the centre. Like that. We'll put that on the front, so just push that down as before, just gently push it down. We'll take our second cinnamon stick as before. It's a bit too much there. That's better. Don't worry too much about the yeah, if there's like these little stringy bits when the glue comes out, because they'll just come off like little cobwebs. So yeah, they'll just come off easy. They're not hot or anything. So let's put our third one on. So put again as before, another bead of glue down the centre. What you can see here, this is just one of the little stringy bits as the glue comes out of the gun. So what you do is just move it here, just so you can just take it off your fingers. It won't, as I said before, it won't be hot or anything, so that'll be okay. And then we put our third stick on top like that, and we have a cinnamon stack, like a stack of logs. And we're going to turn our table decoration around, and we'll start building our second stack. We've got another trio of cinnamon sticks as before. So you could use two large ones on the bottom row and then a smaller one on the top. When I first did this one at school, when I was very young, I was about 4 or 5 at the time, it was one of my sort of first encounters with craft, and that's probably just, I think 4 or 5 is probably just the right age to be exposed to art and craft, because obviously at that age, as at that age, a lot of kids have a very very good imagination for things, and that's an important tool in craft, is to have a sort of good imagination with things, especially with drawing, which we'll be covering in a later series on this channel. And even with activities in this series, good imagination is key as well. Good to sort of imagine what your project's going to look like, and there's our second cinnamon stack. It's actually rather good. They look very good, and they also bring a little bit extra dimensions to the project. The fact they're natural cinnamon sticks, they smell very nice too, as I've mentioned earlier. Check and make sure our stacks are dry. Move it over a little bit, so that's coming together rather well. So when I did this at school when I was very young, I think we just had things like holly leaves, or faux holly leaves, and like Christmas tree decorations, like the parcels I showed you earlier. And I think we used a candle. We had a candle sort of in a sort of mound of. I think it was plasticine actually we used with that one, and it actually turned out rather well with that particular one. But I think with this one, because there's quite a lot going on, we're going to with this one you could use some tea lights in a jar, or some Christmas candles to complement your table decoration. Or just have this as a centerpiece. Really go as extravagant as you feel. There's no limit on how Christmassy you can be. So Christmas really, that's one time of year, especially in craft, when you can really push the boundaries and really go nuts, because there's so many things you can make for Christmas, as obviously a lot of you have seen in series 1 of Underneath the Tree. So if you haven't already seen it, by all means check it out at the end of this episode to see some of the projects we made last year. And if it's your first time watching Underneath the Tree this series, have a look back at the earlier episodes as well. Some very exciting projects coming up. We've already covered. We covered the greetings cards and the snowmen as well in episodes 1 and 2, and we're covering the table decoration here in today's episode. And we've got a very special project coming up for the final episode of this series. I think everyone will really enjoy. So definitely stick around for episode 4 of season 2 of Underneath the Tree, because this final project we're doing in our final episode of this series, it's going to be a good one. So make sure you're tuned in for that one. But anyway, that's episode 4. Let's get back to finishing today's project with the cinnamon sticks. Let's get sort of a small one. just bear with me. Bear with me. I was just I'm applying the glue to cinnamon sticks off camera just to give me a bit more room to play with. So let's have a look and just see how that's come out. I think that looks very good for those with the cinnamon sticks and the little Christmas trees. Just turn it around to give you a better look at how it's coming along. So as before with the Christmas trees, once your cinnamon sticks are in place, just give the glue a few moments to cool down and to dry. And then we'll move on to the last part of the project, will be to put the Christmas parcels in the centre. Right, we're on the home stretch now with our Christmas table decoration. Our trees are in place, our cinnamon stacks are dry, and now it's time to put some Christmas presents in the centre. So we're going to, as with the cinnamon sticks, we're going to build these in stacks as well. Give a closer look. We're going to use these little Christmas tree decorations. I got these off the internet just recently, very cheap. About a pack of 30 of them is about £3. They're made of polystyrene. They're sort of reminiscent really of some of the decorations I had when I made my one at school. Not sure where it is now. It's probably lost to time, like a lot of those projects I made in school. But I do remember sort of how it's done. So to build our stacks, we're going to put a little bit of we'll use our glue guns to put a little bit of glue on the base, like so. Just doing off camera as before. Just give them a little bit of room to work. And we're going to put the present on. We're going to put the presents on like this. We're going to build a stack like so. So we're going to have one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them like this in sort of in threes. So we're going to put 3 here. We're going to put 3 here. And we might put another Christmas. We'll put another Christmas tree in the middle. So we're going to put the blue one and the green one here. Then we'll put another 3 like this, and then we'll put the tree in the centre. So let's get back with the glue gun. A little bit of glue on the base of our gift. Put that one there, like so. And the blue one, same as before, just a little tiny bit of glue. Like that. And we're going to just turn this around a bit, then we're going to put our second stack. Pile of gifts here, so we can put this one here. Oh. Yeah, my apologies for that. That's Meg, or one of our resident felines here. So it's just saying hello to our viewers. Let's get a nice green one for the last one there. We'll put our we'll leave those to dry, then we'll start doing the final. Put the last bit in, we'll put a Christmas tree in the centre, then our decoration will be. Right, now for a finishing touch, put one more Christmas tree in the centre. Like that. Oh, well, some of the stacks has come loose. So just give me a moment, just bear with me a moment while I re-glue that down. There we go. Right, so there we go. Our Christmas decoration is, our Christmas tree table decoration is finished. So just waiting for our glues to dry. Let's see, we'll give you a better look at what we're up to here. So there we have it. We have one Christmas table decoration, and doesn't that look festive? I've added some extra, just added some extra presents there in the corner, put a tree in the centre, and yeah, that looks very festive indeed. Worthy addition to the show. Hope you enjoyed the video. Fortunately, that's all we've got time for today. My apologies for any background noises, but unfortunately, this is, as I said before in previous videos, this is a working workshop, and also my place of residence. So unfortunately, we do get occasional background noises like that. So my apologies in advance. But apart from that, that's all we've got time for today on Underneath the Tree. As I said, once again, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, and if you're not one of our regular subscribers, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you can get notifications of our new videos, including our final episode of season 2 of Underneath the Trees is coming up in a few weeks. And this final project is a good one. Yeah, so stick around for this one. I know you'll like it. As before, you can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The handles for the social media channels are coming up at the end of the video. Also, don't forget you can like and subscribe on Patreon, help us support our work in the community. And for our UK viewers, you can also follow us on nextdoor.co.uk. We've got a growing group there with over nearly 100 members currently. So just search Running Me Crafts on nextdoor.co.uk. Also join the group. We'll let you in. You can learn, shop and study with us to your heart's content. Last but not least, you can also visit our website www.runningmecrafts.com, where you can access our online store, this channel, social media, and also look at some of our new community projects going forward. So thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. We'll see you real soon. Stay crafty, always.